today I'm going to expose you to 7 capitals of life. The number 1 is your spiritual capital, and that has to do with your relationship with God. One of the ways you build your relationship with God is through your devotions, right? It's through study of God's word, because you need to know God for yourself. You need to have a revelation of who, if for example you want to date, a lady as a guy, you need to study the girl. You need to, you must have seen things over time about the lady that makes you to fall in love, and with that you go out there and ask her out. So, and from there you start to build what intimate relationship. So there must be some level of closeness where you guys go out, you talk, you chat, there is communication. So you need to have a fellowship with God. You need to build that relationship with God, and you need to know more about Him by studying His Word, the Bible, right? And you need to pray. You need to develop your prayer life. You need to fast periodically, right? And yes, you fast, you pray, you study God's Word. You also spend time to do devotion, right? With your family, in personal devotion and family devotion and all that. Those are the things you do to develop your spiritual capital, right? All right, so the number 2 capital of life has to do with your physical. So we have dealt with the spiritual, now this is the physical. So the physical has to do with your health, your wellness, your well-being. So, and one of the ways you can gain health, good health, right, as well as wellness in the area of your physical capital is, number 1, you do exercise, by going to the gym, or go to the treadmill. You have to exercise. You can take a walk on the street early in the morning. You step out of your house and breathe in and out fresh air. You meditate, you rest, right? And and you go to the hospital periodically to check, to do your vitals, to ensure that you are well, you are healthy. Some people are fat, yes, but they are fit, and some people are slim, but they are not fit. So being slim doesn't mean, in quotes, that you are fit. You really need to do some periodic checks, on your health, to know exactly your health state, and you now know what to do to ensure that you remain healthy and fit. The third one is your financial capital. Your financial capital. So this has to do with how you make money, how you also manage money, and how also you multiply money. I learned this from Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, that during his wealth master classes, he said you need to learn how to make, manage, and multiply money, right? So because you need money to execute projects, to do things, to take care of your family, to eat. Somebody said you can't take hope into the market to get, and you come back with food stuffs, with groceries. No, you have to go to the market to catch, right? So capital is very key. So for you to upscale your capital, you need to learn how to make it, you need to learn how to manage it, you need to learn also how to multiply it, right? By making some investments and all that. Number 4 has to do with your mental capital. Your mental capital. And this has to do with how you develop yourself. Okay, so for me to say this, right? So there are 3 things you need to do here in order for you to develop or to have a very good mental capital. And number one has to do with self-discovery. Number two is self-development. Number three is self-deployment. So you first of all speak to God, say for Him to reveal you to you. Right? So upon the discovery of yourself, you begin to now develop yourself in that area. Then you deploy yourself. So deployment has to do with you serving your gifts to the world. And that is where you get what? Rewarded. You get blessed for being a blessing, for deploying your skills to the world. And that has to do with your mental capacity. So you also go for courses, you take certifications, you go to school, you advance, you keep learning. Someone said the day you stop learning, that is when you start dying. And you have to, even the Bible said that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time. So if you want to gain stability in life and in every areas of your life, you really need to grow in your mental capacity. But it is very important that you develop yourself. So you gain knowledge. Do you know that knowledge is one of the 7 spirits of God? Now, what is knowledge? If you want to define knowledge, and if I want to break knowledge into 3, into 3 words, I would say know, L, and edge. So know, L, edge. L there stands for life. So if I will put it in context, I will say that what gives you an edge in life is what you know. So you know something, it gives you an edge in life, definitely. The next has to do with family, your family capital. So like right now, for example, you are in a nuclear family, right? You have your mother, your siblings, your father, and all that. So that is your family. But at a point, and some of you here are actually married, you left your parents. Right? Just like me, left my parents. The Bible said a man will leave his father and his mother and will cleave to his wife. So to set up his own nuclear family. So it is very important that you establish a family. The Bible even said that God sets the solitary in family. So it is very important that you have this level of capital. Right. The sixth one has to do with your political. Political in the sense that, if, for example, something happens to you today, right? Who can you call to come to your rescue? And politically, if probably you have a legal case, do you have a lawyer? You see, that is why you need to have the money to be able to afford this. But however, you also need to have this quality of networks within your circle. So that has to do with your political connection, right? Not in a corrupt context, but quality, and which I'm going to say more about this in the next. But I just would also say that you need to have some level of political connections when it comes to legal cases, so that when it comes to some daily situation, right, you have backups. There are people that you can fall back onto, that people that are standing behind you to defend you, to come through for you politically, right? So that is that as regards the political capital. So lastly, we are going to look at your social capital. You need to really work on, be intentional about that to build your social capital. How do you build that? You have to be intentional. You have to be very much intentional, just as I said, by building quality networks. And this will also affect your finances. That is why they say that your net worth is equivalent to your network, right? And one of the ways you can build a quality network is through service. Is through service.